Hey, Facebook friends, welcome. Today I'm talking about awareness of breath. So this is the second most important habit of my 7 habits of highly healthy people. 7 habits of healthy people. If anyone's been watching, I jumped ahead a couple of weeks ago because I did a vision quest. My phone just rang. So I jumped ahead to the first one, which was using your intuition. So today's actually the last episode. We're back down to number 2, and then I'll do something different. I spoke a couple of months ago. I did a big Facebook Live on breathing, and I went into the mechanics of it and the biochemistry and stuff like this. Today is going to be more just about the actual practice of being aware of your breathing, not so much the breathing itself, or a little bit of both. So breathing, as well as supplying us with oxygen and other gases that we need, mainly oxygen, it's kind of the bridge between the conscious mind and the unconscious mind. So obviously, we have conscious voluntary functions in the body, like moving your hand or moving your face, that are things that we can consciously control. And then we have things that are under or below conscious control, things like your heart rate, your heart beating, your digestive system, blood vessels dilating and constricting. And breathing is the one thing that's both. You can choose to hold your breath. You can choose to take a big breath in and out. You can choose to stop breathing if you want. But if you do, go unconscious, or if you're not paying attention to your breath, then it will continue on its own. So it kind of bridges the conscious and the unconscious mind. It's also incredibly tied into the autonomic nervous system, which is that part of our nervous system that's not under voluntary control. So everything I just mentioned with heart rate and digestion and stuff like that. So because it's tied into the autonomic nervous system like that, or why it's tied into the autonomic nervous system like that, is that when we are in a fight or flight state, we need more oxygen. Obviously, if you're running away from something or if you're fighting, you need more oxygen. So the autonomic nervous system is geared, the sympathetic nervous system is geared to breathe more oxygen, to expand the ribs more, and to shift from a diaphragmatic breath into more a chest and shoulders kind of breathing that's going to get more oxygen in. And it works both ways. So when you're in a fight or flight state, your breathing will shift like that. But if you just breathe into your chest like that, which you'll do in a lot of yoga pranayamas, you're going to shift yourself into a sympathetic state as well. And the converse is true as well. When you're relaxed and breathing when you're relaxed in a rest and digest state, your breathing should shift diaphragmatically. But at the same time, we can consciously choose to breathe diaphragmatically and activate the parasympathetic nervous system. There is also, when you're needing excessive amounts of oxygen, or when you're in that fight or flight state and you need more oxygen, that you'll tend to breathe in quicker and spend less time on exhalation because you need more oxygen in. So inhalation is coupled with that sympathetic nervous system as well, meaning if you spend more time inhaling and less time exhaling, you're going to shift yourself to a fight or flight state. At the same time, when you breathe out slowly, that exhalation is coupled with parasympathetic or rest and digest branch. So simply by bringing awareness to your body, because basically what happens nowadays is that we're doing everything unconsciously because we're always in a fight or flight state. We have this low level, we're in a low level kind of chronic stress state all the time. Because we're in this low level chronic stress state all the time, we're not conscious of our body, which is why today I wanted to talk about just the act of being aware of your breathing, because simply bringing your awareness into your body rather than being carried away with what's happening in the future or what has happened in the past, being present with your body is automatically going to shift you away from that fight or flight state and somewhat into a rest and digest state. It's not always the case, but it definitely helps. Well, actually, it is always the case. It will always help. Sometimes just bringing your awareness into your body is enough to completely alleviate a stress state. Breathing as well. There is, relaxed breathing is diaphragmatic. Belly expands on inhalation, contracts on exhalation. But that's for when you're relaxed. When, optimal breathing is whatever breathing will supply the metabolic demands of your given activity. So when you're walking or running or doing something busy, you don't want to be slowing down and breathing with your belly, because your body might need more oxygen, and it might be appropriate to breathe with your chest. But just bringing awareness to your breath, bringing awareness to your body is going to help to allow your body to choose how it needs to breathe, rather than your body breathing the way that it should be breathing based on the perception of how much stress you're actually under. Because if you're just sitting in your office and you're stressed, you're probably breathing with your chest, but you don't need that much oxygen at that time. Your body is pretty passive, so you want to be breathing with your belly. So there is, a practice of breathing that I often do with people, which is, first of all, just to bring awareness into your body and to just stop and notice the breath happening, not trying to breathe in or breathe out, just letting it happen, just letting your body breathe as it needs to. It's really easy to do when you're lying down on your back, or if you're just sitting there with your eyes closed. It's much harder to do when you're doing something else, but it's a really good practice to have. You'll start to notice as well, there's a space at the top of the breath when you have a belly full of air, and there's a space at the bottom of the breath when your belly is empty, or when you've breathed out as much as you need to. If you can get okay with just allowing that space to be there and allowing your body to breathe in and breathe out when it needs to. The only thing you need to control in this case is the exhalation and just slowing it down more. And it's not really controlling it. I guess it is. It's just making sure that it's happening slowly. It'll start to happen slowly on its own anyway when you're relaxed, but you can increase the amount of relaxedness that you have just by lengthening that exhalation. Awareness of breath, I guess it also ties in with just awareness of your body, which is awareness of the present moment, which is probably even more important than using your intuition, because it's only in the present moment and when your awareness is fully anchored in your body that you actually have access to your intuition, to your instincts. So try that. Try just bringing awareness to your breath. You can put a timer on your watch or your phone or something. I have clients put a little post-it on their computer monitor that just says breathe. I get them to set a little ping on their watch or their phone every hour, so they just remember to breathe. It's easy to kind of sit there for 10 minutes or lie there and do a breathing practice, but to remember to bring awareness to your breath throughout the day when you're stressed, when you have a deadline, when you're trying to meet multiple people's needs at once, or trying to do all the things that you do in the day, it's very hard to remember to breathe. But if you have little reminders, it can help, and it doesn't take much to just bring your awareness to your body if you have trouble with that because you're getting so caught up in your thoughts, just feel what is happening in my body right now. Just bring your awareness into your body and feel what's going on in your body. You'll start to notice that actually the breath changes the feeling in your body. As it slows down, you start to feel more peaceful, and you start to feel more, I actually feel a bit more alive as well. I start to feel a bit, I don't use the term euphoric, but there is a very nice feeling that arises in your body. I guess it's the hormonal and the parasympathetic response from your breath, really, that just slows everything down, makes you feel good, which is important, right? Because we're all here to feel good. So that's my wisdom and my sharing for today. I hope that helps you guys. Feel free to shoot through any questions if you have, and have a beautiful day. Remember to breathe. Ciao.